Puerto Rico urgent to find resources after Hurricane Maria. Neptune Aviation bids farewell to legendary aircrafts. Flu season is here, and so are flu shot myths.
Powered by the Montana Television Network. This is the 10 o'clock news on KPAX, Montana's news leader.
Good evening, I'm Kent Lutzen. One man is dead after a single motorcycle crash on Highway 206 just outside of Kalispell. Montana Highway Patrol Trooper Thomas Manns tells us they received reports of the motorcycle crash at 4:30 this afternoon. Manns said the male driver was heading southbound on Highway 206 when the driver decided to pop a wheelie. As the motorcycle came down and the tire hit the pavement, that's when the driver lost control, according to Manns. The driver swerved off the right side of the road and hit an embankment. Manns said the driver was pronounced dead on scene. This crash is currently under investigation. 10 days after Maria devastated Puerto Rico, members of the U.S. military are on the ground helping, and some public transportation is up and running as well. Omar Villafranca takes a look at recovery efforts.
There are signs of progress in San Juan, Puerto Rico. 10 days after Maria crippled the island's infrastructure, some buses are back running weekend routes in the capital. I think they are doing everything possible because there is still debris on the roads, and they are doing everything to help us. I don't have a car and I need the transportation. The day after the storm made landfall, Marines launched onto the island from the Navy's USS Kearsarge. We caught up with the Marines earlier this week in the El Yunque National Forest. Their mission: clear 16 miles of road that lead to 2 vital communication towers. As of Saturday, Marines have cleared access to 7 damaged towers. Yabucoa was the first Puerto Rican town to get hit by Maria and one of the last to get help. When the relief trucks rolled into town, residents like Manolo Morales were desperate for food and water.
He said basically they didn't have much inside. This is a gift from God. Now they just have water and squash and whatever food has been given in this package.
In Luisa, the gas lines are still long, but the 2-hour wait is considered progress. FEMA says the San Juan airport is open for business and can now handle 250 flights a day.
Changing gears now into weather, we saw different weathers from across the board today. We had a little rain, some light winds, and even some sunshine. But do we have a winter weather advisory in effect? Let's go to our Storm Tracker Weather Center with meteorologist Russ Thomas. Russ?
Thank you, Kent, and we do indeed have one. Not for all of western Montana. In fact, most are not under this advisory, but do want to show the areas who do have it. And that would be the Bitterroot Sapphire Mountains above 5,000 feet. Now, this goes from 2 a.m. tomorrow morning, so here just in the next about 4 hours to get started, going through 7 p.m. tomorrow evening. Above 5,000 feet, could see 2 to 4 inches of snow, locally up to 6 inches. So again, talking about a pass or two here, Lola Lost Trail Pass, potentially affected by a little bit of snow, so something we definitely want to watch out for there. It's going to be in the form of showers, but we could get a few heavy showers there. We'll have more coming up in just a few minutes.
Thank you, Russ. Montana craft beer lovers from across the state gathered for one last fall gathering. The Montana Brewers Association was created in 2008 and is a statewide association of breweries organized for the purpose of promoting the production and sales of the freshest and highest quality Montana-made beers. This was the last rendezvous of the year, so many of the participating breweries brought special festival release beers for the occasion. This took place in Caras Park, and it was going on all afternoon. Now, since it was founded, Neptune Aviation's P2V tankers have flown missions over thousands of wildfires, providing safety not only in the Northern Rockies, but all over North America. Now that fire season is over, some of these planes are being retired. MTN's Lauren Heiser was at this event earlier today and brings us this story.
Neptune Aviation's P2V tankers have assisted with fighting fires and keeping people safe all over North America since the company was founded. Today, 4 of those iconic aircrafts flew together for the very last time. The P-2 tankers were originally designed for the Navy to be used for maritime patrols and anti-submarine missions, but since their creation, they've been used for dozens of different jobs. According to the company, of the 12 used worldwide, 7 of these aircrafts belong to Neptune Aviation. Neptune managed to keep these planes operating by getting the parts that they need to maintain them right here in Missoula.
We can make the wheels for the aircraft, we make wing flaps, we deal with the avionics. So anything that airplane needs, we make.
For many of the pilots who flew these aircrafts, this was an emotional day.
The P-2s have been the backbone of Neptune Aviation for quite a few years, and they're retiring them now, and a lot of history with it and a lot of fond memories, so it's an emotional time.
The process of switching over to a more modern aircraft has been in the works since 2009. Though the time has come to bring in a newer model, the P-2s have been praised by pilots and engineers for their durability and strength. CEO Ron Hooper said that retiring these iconic aircrafts is bittersweet, but he looks forward to the future.
What's been important is our commitment to the community and the community support that we get, and then our resiliency and our ability to successfully go from a P-2 fleet to the 146 fleet.
Neptune currently has 9 of the newer, more modern aircrafts, meant to take over now that the P-2s have retired. Now back to you.
You may have heard those planes flying out there this afternoon. At today's event, there's food trucks, live music, and tours of the aircrafts. In Great Falls, Big Sky Harley-Davidson hosted an event today to honor military personnel and first responders. Free hot dogs, burgers, and soda was served to members of the military and emergency personnel, including EMTs and firefighters. Members of the public were asked to donate $5 for lunch. Big Sky Harley-Davidson also hosted a raffle with the winner receiving a gift card to the dealership. All of these proceeds from the lunch and raffle benefit the MTN Montana Wildfire Relief Fund. Overall, organizers say the goal of the event was to highlight the strong spirit of camaraderie centered around motorcycles and those who have served and volunteered to protect our freedoms and communities.
We all share the same interests. We all share the same freedom of the road. Thanking everybody that has served, vets, first responders, the military, anybody that's served, for my freedom to be able to ride this every single day.
Adding to our Montana Wildfire Relief Fund in Bozeman today, one young gentleman, a 9-year-old, Braden, is taking it upon himself to contribute to our unprecedented fire season. He was out during Montana State's homecoming parade today asking for donations. People were opening up their wallets and purses for this cause, and Braden was handing out free lemonade to those that wanted it, even if a firefighter came up and shook his hand.
This young man I've known a long time, and nothing he's doing right now surprises me. He's got a heart as big as Montana, and to give back to the firefighters and the communities is not at all out of character for him. Just a fine young man and represents Bozeman and Montana State and Montana certainly very well.
Today's final total marks $419, making a grand total of more than $600 raised in the past 2 home Bobcat games. Now, Braden's not the only one supporting. Support continues to pour in for the MTN Montana Wildfire Relief Fund. As of today, we have raised more than $291,000, and we have a new match. Carl and Kay Carbon of Great Falls will match the next $50,000 in donations moving forward. This is a terrific opportunity for you to double the amount of contribution. The Wildfire Relief Fund is a partnership between MTN and the Montana Community Foundation. Money raised will be distributed to those impacted by 2017 wildfires. Those will be distributed through a grant application process beginning on October 9th, but there's still time to donate. Just go to our KPAX-website.com. The Montana State Old Time Fiddlers Association welcomed musicians from around Montana to their annual state championship in Choteau this weekend. Competitors say they enjoyed the pressure of competition, but also the chance to showcase their abilities in a range of pieces.
Well, I like all the variety of sounds you can get from it. You can make it light and happy or dark and mysterious. It's a lot of fun.
Music there. The event started on Friday evening, and the competition continued into today. Organizers say there were around 40 fiddlers competing in various age divisions. One of the judges is a Flathead Valley native who won back-to-back national junior championships in 2004 and 2005. He says the many talented young competitors he saw today remind him of his early years as a musician in Montana.
The divisions that have been played so far have been a lot of the younger folks, and yeah, they showed a lot of promise. It reminds me of when I would play back in the day, and it was an inspiration for me, you know, to play at these competitions and continually strive to get better. And I can tell that a lot of these younger players are doing the same thing.
He now plays and teaches fiddle professionally in Salt Lake City, Utah. The Montana State Fiddle Contest wraps up tonight. Coming up after the break, meteorologist Russ Thomas will have more on what tomorrow's weather will look like. Plus, Secretary of Health Tom Price resigns amid criticism for taking charter flights at a spendy cost.